So I get a bunch of ignorant assholes telling me retarded shit like, Sean, everybody's not out to get you. That is so fucking stupid. I didn't say they were out to fucking get me. Everybody is out to fucking get me. The fact is, the people who are out to get me are out to get me because of lies from people who wanted to hide their own sins. Natalie wanted to hide her own sins. Jamie wanted to hide her own sins. Candace wanted to hide her own sins. Shannon Alvarado too. See, Shannon Alvarado, I'm not sure how many times I told her, it's the volume. It's how loud the environment is. How does she not understand that screaming at her boyfriend in a drunken rage every fucking night is too loud? The police were trying to hide their own sins, their own wrongdoing. That right there is what makes what they did so illegal. Brenda Dickinson did wrong shit. She didn't keep her word. Because she didn't keep her word, it affected me greatly. If she actually gave a shit about me, she'd at least admit that she didn't keep her word. Y'all say that I chose this. I didn't choose for her to say I could use her mailbox and then not answer the door for 2 fucking weeks. That was not my choice. With Lori Dale, just like every single one of my friends who claimed they loved me, not one of them ever bothered to take a look at the evidence. Not even one. Not even one. How many of them actually went in with me to court? Well, a few of them did. Graham went in with me, but I barely knew him, and he didn't know shit about the situation. He was paid to learn. He was paid to sit down with me and go through that shit, but he never did. Every time it came time to keep his word, Joshua Eichelberger needed his attention. Because why? Because Joshua Eichelberger is a fucking drunk. Tabby said that she would make a report, and she never did. Neither did Graham. They claimed that they would. That's why I wasted all of the resources that I did over there at their house. I mean, hell, when I walked into Tabby's house that very first day with Brandon Ratner, I handed Miss Tabby $500. $500 for rent. These people pretended to care about me. If they actually cared, they would have kept their word. All of the things that were done to prevent me from having an honest court date were pretty fucked up. Public pretenders don't do their jobs. They don't give a fuck about you. They get paid either way. I wasn't allowed to fire Pamela Carty. I tried on the 15th of October, 2018. I was tortured in the jail. We're not talking about pulling my fingernails out and shit like that. We're talking about the officers there ignoring everything that was happening to me. The assaults that happened. The police just looked away. When I tried to tell on the police for the things that they were doing, they put me on suicide watch and laughed at me. Thought it was hilarious, made jokes. It's not very fucking professional. I had one fucking chance of getting an honest day in fucking court and showing everything that was going on. I had to break the law in order to get that fucking court date. And then I was denied the right to go. And none of you who pretended to fucking care about me gave a shit. Not a goddamn one of you. Miss Peaches could have said something. Aunt B could have said something. They didn't. Mandy Hughes could have said something. Her daughter, Alyssa Rainwater. She couldn't have said nothing. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. All of these people who claimed they were going to help me, all of them, were complete fucking failures. I needed someone to go in with me before I had to do desperate shit. Had to do desperate shit. Candace is a world-class piece of shit. Here's what I hope for Candace. I hope she loses her entire family and ends up homeless. I hope that she has to go through 1/100th of what I've gone through in the last 3 years. 'Cause that would be enough for her to blow her own goddamn head off. These people that want to be pissed off at me because I expose their secrets, they can kiss my ass. It's not slander if it's true. I shouldn't have had to break the fucking law to defend myself. I shouldn't have had to break the law to get an honest fucking day in court. Alicia was trying. I was trying. There are hundreds of people who are aware that I was doing everything in my power to get a fucking court date. You know how difficult it is not to be paranoid with all this shit going on? When you have to trust people that you don't know. People like Shannon Alvarado. People like Rochelle Shelley Campbell. People like Danica Garner. People who promise to help, but then don't. I just needed one goddamn person in my corner. Did I have one? No, I didn't. I got excuses. Oh, Sean, I'll help you. Oh, Sean, I can't. Really? I just spent a whole fucking year jumping through the hoops that you wanted me to for the help that you promised. And when it comes time for you to keep your word, you can't? Fuck you. You're all pieces of shit and you're fucking selfish. Mandy Hughes, if your fucking family is in the mob or mafia or whatever, maybe that's something you should do something about. If you couldn't come forward, why is it that you're pissed off about me recording things that you should have told the police? If you actually tried to go to the media, then why is it that you're so pissed off that your name is out there? See, that's the problem. These people had no problem slandering my fucking name repeatedly. Did Mandy Hughes slander my name? No. Did Candace Bondurant? You goddamn right she did. How about Jamie Curtis? You goddamn right she did. Shannon Alvarado? Fuck yes. Did I slander Shannon Alvarado by saying she is an alcoholic? No, she's an alcoholic. Did I slander her name by saying that she was screaming at her boyfriend almost every night? No, because she screamed at her boyfriend almost every night for hours on end. A lot of the stories that I told about people, a lot of these women whose stories I told, well, turns out their stories were complete bullshit. Trying to get someone to care enough to even take a look at the goddamn evidence is fucking impossible. Molly Smith is willing to go in with me to talk to the police. She doesn't have time to look at the evidence. There's a lot of people that should have come forward and didn't. People who chose to allow me to be tortured for 3 years. 3 fucking years over slander from Natalie, Alicia, and Maddie. And I was never allowed to defend myself in court. I was never once allowed to show evidence, not to my public pretenders, not to the police, not in a day in court. The one chance that I had of showing what the fuck was going on was that civil court date. Civil court dates that I was illegally prevented from going to. Now, what happens if I go back to Colorado? Well, they're going to do the same thing that they did in Scottsbluff here recently. Separate me from the evidence, and then force me to go to court anyway, or make me sit for a while in a place that I shouldn't have been in to begin with. I shouldn't have had to break the fucking law. Nobody should. And that's the thing about desperation. Because the police wouldn't do their fucking jobs. And because they wanted to hide the fact that they wouldn't do their fucking jobs. I, an innocent man, got fucking railroaded repeatedly. Public pretenders, all of them should be drug out into the street and fucking shot in public. Every fucking one of them. If your caseload is so full that you can't do your fucking job, then you need to say that. Don't tell me that you can't do your job because you're fucking overwhelming caseload. You tell the fucking judge that, you fucking cunt. Pamela Cardi, if you can't do your fucking job and you can't show up, then you fucking tell the judge that. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, I'm sorry, I'm fucking sorry. No, the fuck you're not. If you were sorry, you would have fucking come forward. Tabitha Michelle Cook, you're a fucking piece of shit. How many times did I get you pregnant, Tabby? None. You have 6 kids because you had unprotected sex. That's got nothing to do with me. Don't throw your kids in my face for your excuse not to keep your fucking word. It's not your kid's fault you didn't keep your word. It's your fault you didn't keep your word. It was your choice not to keep your word. You're a piece of shit, Tabby. But you're still not as big a piece of shit as Candace Bondurant. Meanwhile, you don't know what it's like to feel like this. You say, oh, I know what it's like to be alone. No, the fuck you don't. You have family that loves you. I don't. My family doesn't give two fucking shits about me. And they never did. That wasn't my decision. You don't want me to fucking speak out? Maybe you should have kept your word. Angela K. Wade, maybe you should have tried being an actual fucking parent. Brian David Schwartz, maybe you should have tried being an actual fucking parent. Instead of hiding behind your shame. Dad, maybe you should have tried not treating me like shit. Trying to understand that I have emotions. See, while the shit that I was accused of was all fucking bullshit, Dad, you did go to prison for selling cocaine. You're a piece of shit, Dad. Rabbit, you know, it would have been nice if you would have made some effort to talk to me like a human being. Talk to me. Listen to what I have to say. But you didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm justifiably angry at all these people. I admitted my wrongs. I admitted where I got the wrong idea. Where I misinterpreted what it was that people were saying in texting. That's why I fucking hate texting. It's a bunch of asshats going out of their way to misinterpret everything. There's a whole shit ton of people who are like, Sean, I wish I could help, I just don't know how. I'm telling you how. Fucking tell the truth about me. What, you think I just changed overnight? You think I just woke up one morning and all of a sudden I was this fucking asshole? No, I had hope. I had hope that somebody gave a fuck enough to actually go in with me. To actually fucking help. My ride to Colorado to kill myself tomorrow ain't gonna show up. So it's another year of fucking torture on this goddamn hellhole. I hate it here. I hate how fucking mean and evil and fucking cruel that you are. I hate that the bad guys get away and the good guys get fucking blamed for everything. Why is it the good guys get blamed for everything? Because most of the good guys are fucking at the bottom. They're homeless. They ain't got shit. They're easy to victimize. They know what it's like to have nothing. And they don't want you to go through that. So when you find your pretty boyfriend that you want to spend your life with even though he beats on you, and that ugly dude rescues you, and then you go back to that same asshole who beat you, who's good looking, and you pretend like that ugly dude who helped you out actually destroyed your life by helping you out, and he only did it because he's after your pussy. You fucking idiots. You're fucking cowards. You know what would have happened if I'd have been allowed to show up at my court date? I'd have still gotten fucked. I wasn't allowed access to that evidence. That evidence that was illegally stolen by Officer Brian Valenzuela. And he refused to enter it in as evidence. Fuck Pamela Cardi. My public pretender who is supposed to be my fucking public pretender in Wyoming, his name is David McCarthy. He doesn't answer his phone. I got over 200 people on my caseload.